All right, welcome out everybody. What you guys are about to witness is the best day that we've ever had. We had most of the field going 160 bushel, and we actually cut 170 to 180, probably about, we'll just split it down the middle and say 175 acres. So we did 175 acres in a day of 160 bushel wheat. So enjoy. Well, I don't know if we will be doing grain tomorrow. It's currently raining, and there's thunder and lightning all the way around. Oh, holy smokes. That one was close. Yeah, I think I might go inside. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see what we're doing. All right, guys. Well, it is still too wet to do the grain after all of that rain and thunderstorm. But Christopher went and picked up these stingers. So we picked up the even flow bin the other day, but we didn't get the stingers because we didn't have space for them. So he went and dropped some metal off this morning, all of our scrap metal that we've been collecting, and he picked up both the stingers. So we got this one still on the trailer. We just unloaded this one, but these will hook right here on the they'll hook right here on the front of the even flow bin, and that way we can back 2 trucks up to this during spud harvest. So it'll be pretty awesome to see all this run when we get all the equipment for spud harvest. They're starting to get it all done. We should have everything. The piler, because they had some issues with it, they didn't quite get it right. We might not have the parts for the piler, but we'll still have the piler, just not the dirt discharge. So we're getting things set up. Hopefully tomorrow, well, yeah, tomorrow we should definitely be able to cut grain. We have 2 days left, so we should be done Wednesday. But yeah, we're just gonna get this laid out, and it's pretty much the end of the day now. So I will see you guys tomorrow when we're cutting grain. All right, well, we are finally going. So welcome out to, I think this is day 10. We just got moved into a new field. We finished up that other field. It only had a little bit left. So we're just getting the header hooked up. We really hope we don't start a fire because we had to pull the truck in. The truck's right there. And we had to pull into uncut grain. So there's grain just all up under the truck around the engine. So we're really hoping we don't start a fire because the header wouldn't fit, so we couldn't like cut a path. So we're gonna get going here. Josh is running the grain cart today, but I'll be in it later. So I'll show you kind of what I'm doing today. I have to replace a bunch of parts on our swather to get it ready to cut hay. And yeah, then I'll bring you back into the field later when I'm out here in the grain cart this evening. Okay, well, a few more things. So every time we take this cart off, or not cart, every time we take the header off and put it on the trailer, the knives get out of time. So they have to be in sync, so they're going back and forth at the same time so it doesn't shake and vibrate. So what he has to do is, before we hook these PTOs up to the header or to the feeder house, we have to turn that shaft and get the knives so that each side, so because under here there's a little, this is the hub that the knives hook to. We need to make sure this is all the way out so that when we hook it all up and get it turned on, that this side is going in at the same time as that side's going in. So that way it's not off. Because if they're both going to this side, then the whole thing starts to shake. And so you just got to make sure to time your header and make sure they're set to go basically to counteract each other's vibrations. So that's what we're doing right now. Then we'll get going. All right, it's gonna take off now. We gotta open this field up because right now we can't bring anything in. We can't bring the grain cart in. We can't bring the semis in. Gotta get it all opened up. Made a few tracks with the equipment. Now I'm following Josh over the field. Brought him over to get the cart. And he's decided to take the grain cart down the highway. So yeah, I'm gonna follow him with my flashers on because it looks like he's just turning right, but that light doesn't work. So I'll just follow him with my flashers on. The highway is wide enough that he can get over to let cars by. So we're just gonna take up a lot of the highway with this thing. All right, I'm back out here. He just finished this field. This field's only 20 acres, so it only took him like an hour. But he just finished this field. We're gonna put the header on the header cart. We actually just have to cross. There's a canal right here. We just have to cross, but we have to take the header off because we have to go back down the highway and around, and the header won't fit. So even though it's literally just across the canal, we still have to take the header off. So we are getting this unhooked, and then we will be pulling over there. And we're here. Such a long journey of about 100 yards. Just had to go around the canal. Got Josh waiting over there to come in. Christopher has to cut some before he can. Christopher's hooking up the header. Looks like he's not quite. Oh snap. We're gonna lose the header if we're not careful. There it goes. We just gotta hook everything back up and we'll get going here. That thing is so big. One thing I'm doing now, before I go out and trade Josh off in the cart, this is the inside of the header on our swather, our hay swather. We're gonna be doing hay soon. We might be cutting the hay tomorrow actually. But these are the knives that actually cut the hay. So this is a nice sharp edge right here, and this is dull, and it's pretty worn. You can see that it dips in right there. So you can flip these over. So since these have a sharp edge, I'm just gonna flip some of them over. Some of them, like these over here, like this, like that's still pretty good. So I think we'll run it one more crop like this and then flip it over. So I'm not gonna flip all of them over. I'm just gonna go through and flip over the ones that are pretty worn. And then there are a couple of broken ones. Usually the very end ones either get really broken because that's where you might dig it into the ground or hit a pipe. So I'm gonna go through these and I'm going to flip over the ones that need to be flipped and replace a couple of broken ones. And then this will be ready for hay. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what it is. It's a New Holland swather. So yeah, I gotta flip these over, and then about the time I get done with that, I'll go trade Josh off in the cart. All right, I'm back out in the grain cart, watching this beast run. This field seems to be yielding pretty high. He said there's quite a few spots in the field. They're at 160 bushel. So he's filling up pretty quick to the point where the semis cannot keep up. So we're gonna be, I have one more dump. He can dump one more dump in the cart, and then we're gonna be full. So, and have no more semis. So we're gonna have to just stop and wait for semis at that point. Hopefully they get here quick enough that we can just keep on going. All right guys, make sure that if you wanna enter to win the $300, to go down below in the description. We're doing a giveaway, and fill out the form and you'll be entered to win the $300. And if you want to design a logo or just a design and submit it to my email, that'll enter you to win another $300. So we're going to be picking the winners at the end of the month. So make sure you go down and you fill those out and get those submitted. This field is a little bit different than the rest of them. It has this huge hill. So the camera flattens everything, but this hill is pretty big. So he's been going up and down this hill, which for the combine, that's fine. He's got the header on the front, weigh it down. He's got evenly distributed weight. But for when we plant this, so over here, the hill is actually worse. So right here, it was right there, I remember. I was coming up that last year with the Dammer Diker, and my tractor was wheeling up that. My front tires were not on the ground. It was just the Dammer Diker on the back of the tractor that kept me from flipping over. So yeah, this hill is a gnarly hill. Usually we can't even drive like the 10-wheeler trucks up this hill. When we haul manure in this field, they usually end up getting stuck down at the bottom because they can't make it up the hill. So yeah, this field has a huge hill. We're gonna try to get like a dozer or something and just push this off and just kind of make it not as steep. That's what we had to do. That's what we had to do to our other fields that had really bad hills years and years ago. So we may end up trying to do that in the next few years. We'll see. We're just renting this piece, but we hope that we can rent it forever. I think we have like an 8-year lease on this, but we hope to just keep renting it, if not buy it one day. So yeah, just a little bit different of a field. And the river, the Snake River, is right on the other side of those trees. So we're really close to the river. It's down there. I missed it. He was climbing up the hill and he was struggling because that's a big hill. But I'm guessing he is going to go down to the other end and go around the pivot. So he's gonna unload. All right, he's unloading. He's only about half full, but he's unloading into me because he has to go down on the other side of this pivot and I won't be able to drive next to him to unload him. So because he gets half full one direction, he'd be more than full going on the other side. So he's gonna unload into me. He'll go down the other side and come back, but I don't see another truck, so he's gonna have to just wait to unload into me because I won't have much more room. So we'll do what we can do. Looks like he's empty. He's gonna hop out and go move this pivot, and we'll get going here shortly. Okay, I am getting loaded now. I was sitting at the end of the field and the semi pulled in. Christopher was sitting here full, but he didn't have to sit for very long, and I went and dumped in the semi, and now I'm back. So I'm loading backwards just to try and get him empty sooner instead of having to wait for me to turn around. But yeah, we'll get going here pretty soon. That thing just looks so nice. And the flag, America. But we'll get him empty and then he can keep going. There's enough left in the truck that I can probably dump this load in there and hold 2 more, so he can do at least 3 more rounds until we're going to be waiting again for another semi. Just coming up behind him in the field, and I was thinking, man, that's quite a view with the mountains. It's so nice to be able to see the mountains again now that the smoke's gone. Got the American flag and the mountains. Windmills ruin it, but hey, we get what we get. So Christopher's down there, and it looks like we could have a really nice sunset tonight. He's on his way back up the hill. His lights are flashing, which means he's about 3/4 full. So once he gets a little closer, I'll pull over there and unload, but with those clouds, I think it's gonna be a nice sunset. We'll see. All right, he's almost full, so I'm just maneuvering into position. So we'll see if he can unload without spilling any. We've only spilled a little bit here and there. You can see there's some grain on the plate down there. That was there before I got here, so I can't take credit for that. I'm guessing it got a little bit full. Man, zooming out goes to a different camera on my phone, And it makes it so you can see all the crud on the window a lot worse. So I'm just gonna go with this zoomed in view. So every time he dumps, he's dumping probably 480 bushel. Because that's when he's heaped up that full, that's about how much it can hold. If it's all the way full to where it's pretty much running out, that's 500 bushel. So pretty big bin, a lot bigger bin than our old combine. So that's nice that we're able to go further without filling up. So it's a nice calm night. This dust is just lingering. See, it's just like settling. Still filling me up. So this combine has it has 4 gates in the auger. So if he wasn't gonna fill me up all the way, he could close those gates and then he would be able to restart it next time and not shear that bolt. But he has to think ahead of time whether or not he can fill me up or not. But I've been trying to get my cart mostly empty before coming down and unloading him, because that way he doesn't have to move around. He can just dump it right in the middle or wherever it's at. So I'm gonna go dump this into a semi and then I'll be back. There's a good shot that you can see all the dust just floating. Like, it's only like a foot off the ground, it's just floating there. But it's just stagnant. There's no breeze. It's just kind of just floating around. He's just about full again. He can only do 1 round. This is yielding like 160 bushel. So pretty good yield. But look at that view. Ain't that pretty? Well, there's a picture for you. Combine coming at me with the sun setting. I bet the sunset gets better as that sun keeps going down. It's not all the way down yet, but it's getting there. All right, guys. Well, I am sacrificing my non-itchy shirt to come out and shoot some footage of this combine with the sunset, and I'm gonna get all itchy. But that is quite the view there. Sun just went down. It is 8:30. We just had a semi pull in, so we've got 3 empty semis. So we're gonna be going for a little while tonight. We will probably get almost all of this field done tonight. But that sunset is real pretty. I'm a sucker for a view, what can I say? What's bad is the dust is obscuring the sunset. I'm all dusty and itchy. He just loaded me and turned around. I'm just waiting for him because I'm pretty sure the rows are getting shorter. So I'm waiting for him instead of going to fill the semi. So I will wait here until he gets back, get loaded, and I think I can probably fill the semi that's at the end of the field. So we're just gonna wait right here. Man, that thing looks nice, doesn't it? But it is so dusty. I'm just getting engulfed in a dust cloud. All right, I'm about to unload probably his last load of the day. We're just about done with this field, but we're running out of trucks. It's about 10 o'clock. With our old combine, we would never be able to work this long because, well, it couldn't handle the dew on the wheat stalks. So we would be done about 8, 9 o'clock, 8:30. Once the dew starts to come on, we would be done. But man, this combine just takes everything you give it and just keeps on going. It doesn't slow down. It's just, this combine's awesome. Which means we can work longer, we can get more done in a day. We can get the grain up because we are gonna be cutting the hay tomorrow. So we gotta get other things done. We have other crops going. We have to hurry and get this done so we can do that. So yeah, it's nice to have a combine that can actually do the work we need to do. And do it quickly and efficiently and not lose any grain. And yeah, it's been a great combine. We're definitely impressed. We're glad we got it. All right, I'm gonna go dump this out in a semi and then probably might go home. All right, here's the last truck of the day. Just filling it up. Getting as much as we can in there at least. See all the bugs flying around with the lights. All right, I'm just finished unloading into this truck. Make sure in the comments, I want to see where everybody's from. So comment where you're from. I'd love to know where my audience is at. So I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.